What's up, everybody? Welcome to ASMB, the Sunday Market Breakdown. Fast forward to what we are here for. So be it. Last week, I had a very busy schedule. So let's see what we have for this week. Now, on daily time frame, what do you see? We have area over the air, which is a very significant swing point. And apparently, last week, markets come back into this region and break out, then form a continuation, which is a structural retext. We are looking forward to join this, which is what giving you a corrective approach into that area. What you will observe, this is a significant high, this is a significant low. So definitely this is a what? Midsection accumulation area where the market from the midsection. Then we had our structural patterns in this region, So since DXY is telling us where price action is going next, which is this, faithfully, we don't need too much. When we have something like this is very good area. And when you check on lower time frame, previous weeks, we see price action come back. We had one touch, second touch. We're expecting the third touch. But anytime we have area like this, it doesn't matter if it give the third touch here, whereby you have first, second, before we look forward to the downside. But in a nutshell, when we have something like this, a area of value in this region, definitely we're going to have a structural approach in this region, which is a very significant sign for you to know that market is coming to an end very soon here, whereby dollar is going to lose its momentum. So once the market finds its way, tap here, peradventure it can tap the third touch, but anytime it tap into this region, we are looking forward for a shift in structured, a continuation model, then we are selling, whereby dollar is going to lose its momentum. So that's on the XY. So for this week, since we had what we have here, before you could observe very well, look at the kind of formation here in this region, and what we actually have. I'll explain that to you. So let's keep that simple. Remember, the market dropped from a midsection back into here. 1, 2, 3. Then move to the downside, form our pattern, opportunity to sell. But I wasn't around last week, so I have to means this. So that's one of the reasons why I don't cut trade last week. But for this week, with what I'm showing you now, we already tap into 1, 2, and 3, which is giving us a sign of a reversal. And when you check, there is a kind of approach, which is what? Structural approach here. And whenever we have structural approach, our minimum target, minimum is this, mid this, and foot TP is this. This, then paraventure is spike to the up. So therefore, we have seen 4 hours giving the momentum of a continuation to the upside. A pullback formation, which is kindly divided into 2 areas, a flag or a range based on our system. So with that, we've seen the confirmation to the upside in that scenario. Then we have our business is more of 1 hour in this coming week. Then what do we have? We are already forming a range here, and price action is expected to come a little bit here, form a continuation down here. So once it's bounced away from here and engulfed candle in this region, we are eligible to take the trade. Then we target TP1, CP2, then full TP around there. Then we can maximize everything to this. So in this coming week, you've seen the reason why we are buying. You've seen the first leg, impulsive, and this is a correctional phase. Then continuation. Markets move in 3 phases: impulsive, correctional, impulsive. Impulsive, correctional, impulsive. So the correctional can be in 3, but we only trade 2. We have one of a range, and we have one of a flag pattern. So with that, you already know. The third one we don't always take is more of expanding structure, and that expanding structure is also form of a range, but the legs, it has a more deeper legs than others. Sometimes it will form something like this, then come back to take the eye before continue to the downside, whereby we now have more legs like this. That's expanding. But once we want to do it perfectly, you can do it this way. So be it. You don't need to worry about yourself regarding expanding. So this week, you've seen the reason why we are more looking forward to buy dollar, because it's going to gain momentum this coming week. So let's reduce all the so to keep it very simple. So to keep everything simple, okay, let's make it fast. Make it fast. So the reason why we are buying for this week, we already know. structural retest, continuation from here on 1 hour, and then we find a way to long in this region. Find a way to long in this region after the candle confirm it. So at least that should give us about 15 pips and 15 RR, 15:1. Quite very good. Well, our first target is this, which is 4:1, 8:1, then 14:1, or 15, yeah, 15:1. So that's it on dollar cross pair. So if you are trading Euro USD, you should be looking for a sell. If you are trading GBP USD, you should be looking for a sell. Trading NZD USD, AUD USD. So let's go to Euro USD and what will back it up. That we know. That's one of the reasons why you see me position in this area. Area of value, midsection, structural patterns, a displacement, model formation, psychological line, candle confirmation, then we sell. Simple as that. ASD, PMC. So be it. We're good to go. So on GU, we're waiting for it to fully form there. Then we'll sell. Continuation. The reason is this area, midsection, structural pattern, impulsive approach, a displacement. It's about to buy in this region for to go up, then structural free, minimum, medium size, minimum size, medium size. So we use it to tap into this region. So we're looking for a sell GU as well. EuroCAD. I won't take much of time anymore because I just need to explain one of the reason why we are buying. So area, structural pattern, mid distraction, structural approach, a displacement, 4 hours model, displacement, continuation model, then tank into this low, which is area, mid section, structural pattern. We are expecting what? You can see the approach, which is what? A structural approach. We're expecting a displacement to the upside, a continuation, then we belong in EuroCAD. So GBP card, it is imbalance structured, so we have to allow this to flow itself. Then Euro AUD, we are looking for a sell on Euro AUD. Why? Go up to 4 hours time frame. Area, middle section, structural pattern, approach, displacement, 4 hours model, displacement, a larger 4 hours formation, which is more of expanding, which I explained earlier, that you can have a more legs like here, then the market is coming into this region, then it will take a U-turn to this region. That's when we now have what? A structural pattern into this region. So with that, we'll observe when the price action is coming down. So displacement, first model, second model bigger than this, third one has to be bigger than this, which is sequence when we are talking about sequence. Then retext, which is structural retext, expanding, you can see expanding there. Then what do we see? A displacement. It is not located around my banking level. Around there, I should have wait for opportunity like this in this region and sell off. Or it can form that in that area, but I won't take it in that region. So it can form smaller one, then come back and form a larger one here. That's the one I'm going to take for this week. So I was saying midsection is already there. You can see back into the area 1, 2, 3 displacement. I'm waiting for a continuation then. So these I'm looking for a sell as well. I took a loss on this particular trade last week, and I know the reason why. Eventually, I think it's on Wednesday. I just tried to check the charts while I was busy. Then we took the trade and the trade take us out. So the reason is that this particular price action is very complicating. So you need to understand a lot regarding this. We have area midsection. Look at the approach displacement. You can see midsection, tap into this region. We expect to see a displacement to the downside, but the market twists everything up. Then begin to trend again, given what the structural approach, the market from the middle section back into this region to balance everything up. Then the market resume again, which is the normal standard flow. Area, midsection, structural pattern, displacement. We should have opportunity on this particular area on 1 hour time frame or 15 minutes time frame, which we missed. There is a pattern there. That's one of the reasons why you see it there. So that's the first one, which is a week ago. Then paraventure, the market break the high, then it started forming another 4 hours pattern. When it formed the 4 hours pattern, initially there is area of value here. There are many. There are many. So we use this because it's very close into that region, and the market tap then displayed. This display to the downside, open what retext back into this. But what actually happened is that the market tricked. The market tricked. Look at what it does. Here, 4 hours pattern displayed. I don't see opportunity here because it doesn't form beneath, it's from above. We have within, below, and above. So it formed, I always love to sell when the model form below or within, not above. If it is above, it's going to be a risk entry for me whereby I wait for a breakout. So with that, we could not find opportunity here to sell until we get to this area, which it's banking level as well. It's the banking level in that area that give me the confirmation for a sell. I missed the early entry here, so I was taking the risk entry and I asked everybody to reduce the loss side then. So we took it and the market take us out. Eventually run so much. We neglecting this particular region. That's one of the reasons why I don't use phone to analyze sometimes. So here, that's the area. Then come back, range, change everything. And you'll be looking forward to buy. That's where you have to be very wise. You'll be looking forward to buy here, and the market eventually did not give you the opportunity. So in this kind of scenario, that's what we call structural flip. Structural flip happened here. When we expect a buy and it does not then switch the other side, then we're expecting this price action to come back, retake that area, give a candle or a retracement candle, then we do what? Sell. That's what we are looking for in this week to this region because the power of pushing continuously to the upside is still very, very visible. And this is the reason why. Look at this huge momentum. Anytime you see huge momentum, market always come back to fill everything up. So once it filled everything up with that, you can see a continuation here, which is a flat pattern here, then long, to balance this area before we look forward for down. We don't look forward for down right now till we finally get to this region first, then we'll be looking for a buy. So that is the purpose we are standing there. And peradventure this area displacement model come back here. I'm still seeing this market coming back into this region, but I don't have interest yet in it. I don't have interest yet in it until I see a displacement model, then I'll be looking for a long. So GU, I'm looking for a sell area, mid-section structural pattern approach, a reversal pattern displacement. I'm looking for a model, and then you can see midsection area back into this region before we look for a sell. First of all, I will look for a buy on 1 hour time frame. Immediately the market opened to this region. Then apparently within the week, other Wednesday or Thursday, we should be looking for a sell, massive one, because of the continuation. So that's the reason why I'm positioned, because you can see the midsection is balanced. Why won't I execute here? Because the market can use expanding. So I always love to see a displacement, a model, then continuation. Simple as that. So I don't want to explain too much. I just touch one more. This is also a 4 hours pattern that's forming to get into a area. You can see structured area, midsection, structural pattern, a displacement, continuation model, 4 hours model. I'm waiting for a displacement, 4 hours model, then 1 hour model within the 4 hours, 1 hour model within the 4 hours. So that will give me what? Reduce risk entry or insurance entry, depending what you called it. This is the insurance entry. Confirmation, the 4 hours is obeying, then 1 hour, then we long. So that's it. So this particular one is giving me a minor stiff pattern, and I don't like to take that. I always like to take the one that have at least V shape within itself or scoop. So it's more giving me more assurance than all these kind of stiff patterns. So I don't take that. So I'm waiting for more displacement to the downside, more than a continuation. I love this kind of position. Area, midsection, structural pattern, displacement, a reversal, displacement to the downside is expected, and looking for a model here, and also targeting this low. So that's for the London PI selected, and regarding this particular market is a little bit twist as well, which need a proper understanding of what happened. What happened in the larger phase, you can see area, midsection, structural patterns. Then what do you see here again? Same thing. Area, midsection, structural pattern, impossible approach, a displacement, a continuation to the downside, which is 1 hour. This is 1 hour. It's very, very good trade. So after the 1 hour, the market is coming back to this region for 4 hours. I love that. Anytime I see that, I know that definitely the market is giving me potential around here to sell. So this is going to take a little while to form, but I'm not rushing any to trade within until you finally come back and pick this liquidity here, 4 hours patterns, yeah. So that's one of the reasons why I'm waiting in this region. It's going to take a while, so I'm not rushing anything regarding that. I can take opportunity when it comes within here to buy, which was a risk entry around there. So with that, let's move forward to card CHF, which peradventure I we love to take that one particularly. We could see very well. It's more complicated this particular one because it range a lot here. Area, midsection, structural pattern, a displacement, or model 4 hours, a larger one again than this power of sequence, and you can see a displacement into that area. But anytime we are in this kind of position, you have to be very careful because this look more or less about what a structural retext, and the market haven't retext that particular region. But with that, it's giving a 4 hours pattern, another 4 hours again. So you have to be very wise. And if you observe this very well, you can see this 4 hours as displayed, then it's ranging, which I always love. Since market move in three phase, we've seen phase one, phase two, phase three. That's what I expect. So I'm expecting the market to fill there, form a proper range back to take a liquidity up. That is a give me a engulf candle, then we'll be looking for a long. Simple as that. So AUD, USD. This is going to give me a why because this market takes a lot of formation regarding the one I explained earlier. Area, midsection, structural pattern. We expect to have been selling, but the market changed everything with a what? A corrective displacement, then midsection, structural pattern, area, then displacement. I love that 4 hours pattern. I could not able to catch opportunity on this particular one. I think maybe last week. So we have opportunity here around here to sell or miss that particular area. 1 hour entry within 4 hours patterns. So in this kind of scenario, this is a small size. This is the medium size that is forming. So you don't need to sell at this moment because this market is trying to form, accumulate more, then eventually come back to this region before we experience that sell before we experience that sell. So it's going to accumulate more back into this. Then we will having some time more or less like this, 1, 2, 3, before we sell. So you have to be have a patient in this or neglect this particular one. You can trade within, but I personally, since the first one has done, I don't like to trade within. I don't like to trade within. We can have something like this. Yep, more or less like a flag, which a midsection in this region. Then we'll be looking forward to a sell to the downside. So with that, we're good to go. If peradventure we don't see that, definitely I'm not having interest until it come back into this region. Simple as that. NZD USD. So this is a little bit twist as well. Need a proper understanding. You can see area is above, midsection is forming and it's displayed. Looking for, I missed this opportunity on NZD USD around this area last week. I missed this opportunity, missed this, which is 1 hour entry. A very good one, a very good one, a very good one. You will see perfect entry. Then I would have catch it to this region. So be 1:10 here. And we'll see a reduced risk entry here as well to catch, but I don't like to take it until it is above. So I would rather manage this particular one. Add position here, locking around there. Take a risk entry here around this region. Take a risk entry if I want. So stop loss within that area, then we tidied the rest, which is going to give us this is 5 and this is 10. Both about 15 15 RR, which is quite very good. Interesting. So, but what I notice is this, after I tap into this region, the displacement have to be impulsive, but the displacement is corrective. So we have to look into it properly again. So we send a displace to the upside, then I'm waiting for a model here. For continuation, I will be taking a risk entry in this region from here back, bottom. I don't like to take here because the banking level is not, I don't like to take it. We approach the market, we have our guides, we have our discipline. To me, no, until it's a break out of this, then I'll reduce lot size, then execute. In my risk, in my risk entry, I always reduce lot size, and in my insurance entry, I use my what standard lot size because that will be around here. Risk, low risk, high risk. So let's go to this particular aspect. This is neutral. I have to put this in neutral. Yes, I have to put this in neutral. I don't want to disturb myself regarding this because it's yet to tap any key levels very well. Here. I haven't tapped any one of them, so neutral. So back into this particular one, tapped, good. Midsection, structural approach, displacement, Elijah, midsection is forming, and you could see 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then we are waiting for a displacement to the downside. Then 4 hours displayed. Then look on 1 hour time frame. What we are waiting for. We are waiting for the flag pattern formations, which is a continuation. This particular pair should have by here. Can you see? This is called structural flip. So it flip, the midsection is forming. Then we look about this, tap into this region, engulf properly. Then we take a sell. If I'm to pick one of the best setup for this week, I'll go by NZD card. I'll go by NZD card. I'll go by NZD card. NZD card. So let's move fast forward into oil sectors. I talked about oil sectors. I think last month where I told you what is coming, that what I'm seeing on my technical approach is very, 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 very strong, that oil is going to increase in price and you're going to get into about 119 per barrel if K is not taken. But here there's a gap here, which there might be a peace between Iran and US with co counter strike by Israel. So with that, I saw this a reversal setup, and I know definitely you're going to shoot to the upside. I miss some opportunity. Yes, I miss upon opportunity. Exactly, especially around here, the new week break. And I don't take break. I don't take trades immediately the market break because of the swap fee and high spreads, etc. With this region, you can see this is a retext, a continuation. So I don't find opportunity around here because it doesn't fit in the perfect area I expected. So reduced risk entry is now forming, which is what I'm going to take this week. 1, 2, 1, 2, then risk entry, stop loss units, then we go. On gold. Gold is more in a two form. In a two form. We have a very, very wide leveled area that this market is trying to respect the second time. Drop midsection here, structural approach. So with that area, midsection, structural approach, a displacement, we are looking at a model of continuation buying for this week, buying for this week. So code is likely to push further for this week. Displacement, I'm waiting for a continuation, low rate entry, then we are longing. BTC, I'm still seeing it tapping into 49, 69, 69 or 67 before dropping massively again. I've talked about BTC when it was around 115, 110. That's going to drop then. I still call it around 70 something there. Yeah, around here. That's going to drop. So this is what I'm saying again. Yeah, structural coming back into this region. And it's already formed the midsection already. So we are looking at the approach. The approach is what I'm saying now, which is going to be a structural approach with what I'm saying here. Come back and retext this region. Then we will be sorry. So looking for a model back into this region, then that will be structural approach. So few ones that remain. Area midsection. So this is a structural approach for this week. I'm saying it's coming back to this region before we take a buy. And that buy is going to be more of 4 hours entry for perfect. So for perfection, you have to use 4 hours entry because of this. The banking level is there, and I love that. GU. I'm looking for a sell. GJ, sorry. Sell GJ. GJ stressed us 2 weeks ago, and last week we're expecting to have sell since we keep expanding. Initially, midsection, structural approach, we expect to sell, suddenly switch everything into another set of things here, did not tap the low, then begin to move with the momentum, which is very good. I think its end is movement now with this kind of structural approach, then structural pattern, midsection area. I'm seeing a displacement here. A model is expected to form this week, then we'll be looking forward to sell. Simple as that. Simple as that. So CHFJPY. I'm looking forward to sell and buy. Sell first, then buy. The reason is this area above midsection has been formed. We've seen the direction of the market. Then we're waiting for 4 hours to fully formed. So once this 4 hours is fully formed, it's coming back to pick this liquidity you see here, then drop. This is a model on 4 hours as well, which needs a 1 hour interventions. You can see patterns, flag, displacement, a model, we sell. We wait for a displacement, a model, we buy. Simple as that. So regarding USDJPY, that appears stressed also. Initially, at first, when it was here, we were expecting to see to the downside again, fake come back, we expect to see it down, then structural flip happened with a structural text. No problem regarding that. And we've seen a midsection already, though we already know the direction of where the market is going. So what now happens is this. You see that this market displays to the up, come back to pick the liquidity, then push, form a continuation model in this region. A flag displayed one, which is smaller size. This is a medium size. So we're expecting this market to bounce off here. We won't be taking a risk entry here. We'll find opportunity or 1 hour time frame. which is going to be more or less around there, around there, pattern formed around there, very smaller one, or a break, a retext with a flag pattern, then we'll long. That's where I'll buy. But when I'm selling, I'm going to sell around this region. Perfect. So this require more patience in the directions. So regarding CAD JPY, area, midsection, structural pattern, and you can see what a reversal. A displacement is expected to the downside with that. Then model, then continuation. We expect this. I love this too to be one of my favorite here. CAD JPY. So SZDJPY. I'm saying this NZDJPY to be more significant back here, midsection, structural pattern, a displacement, one to no opportunity was given. So that's why I did not catch. Then it's break above, about to tap into this. Look at the pattern is putting a structural push as well, which is a more of a range than buy. So in this kind of scenario, what do we expect? We can see it's ranging between two banking levels. We expect it to push back, come back, then we take a risk entry here, then we move. On NZD, this one is going to take a while before we finally get to it. We allow it to fully formed, and AUD as well. It's going to take a while because it's going to be bigger than this. It's going to be bigger than this. I was expecting a model here before we buy until the push, and I don't choose market like that. So I'm expecting what's bigger than this, which is the sequence back into this displacement, a model confirmation. Simple as that. So that's it to form a proper midsections. So with that, we have the continental pairs. They have the same continent. Dollar is backed by gold. You can say structural midsection. So this is sliver, sliver, gold. We're waiting for a small one, but no banking level here, so I prefer to take the larger size, not the smaller size for this week. So that's it on sliver. On Euro CHF, I see a very perfect one, and it's one of my favorite one for the week. Area, midsection, a displacement. This is the 4 hours pattern, so this forming there. So until the market come back, then dropped, displays to the downside model, then we'll look for a sell, which is going to be on my neutral top pairs. This particular pair, we are saying it in this area middle section. You can see the structural pattern, and you can see this is a corrective approach. So we have to allow it to display first before we have any interest in that. So I still wanted to come back to feel that week, feel the week, feel the week before you can see this week, feel it before we look for any forms of a buy. And in this particular one, we're looking for a sell because area, midsection, you can see this corrective approach, 4 hours displacement, then we can see displacement, structural flip happened. Structural flip happened. This market is expected to buy at here, which is a structural retext, midsection, then you can see the pattern for a buy. But what happened is flip to the downside, so that's structural flip. This structural retest, structural flip. So we are looking for on our model in that region. And I love what I'm saying here, which is CAD. I love this particular midsection coming back to this field banking level and Gulf candle then we saw, which is USD CAD, USD CAD. I love it. The last one on the list before we finally filter out everything, is this area midsection structural pattern. You can see a reversal pattern, a displacement has happened. We are looking for a continuation, which is around here, more or less like a 4 hour sometime. Then once it's formed, I want it to drop beneath the banking level, then drop. We have opportunity to sell, which is GBPCHF. GBPCHF. I love this kind of pair because it's giving me a sign of potential of more sales. So for this week, I'm taking these down. USD card, taking it down. AUD optional. This is still optional for me. This is still optional for me for the new week. When we get to on Wednesday, we can bring them back. So Euro USD, let's say the position perfect, needed. GBP USD, perfect, needed. Euro AUD, perfect, needed. GBP NZD, perfect, needed. AUD CHF. This is perfect, needed. NZD CHF, perfect, needed. Here's the CHF, optional. It's going to take a while before it's found. This perfectly needed. NZD is CHF, perfectly needed. NZD card, perfectly needed. And this optional, or it is optional. I have my reasons because a displacement can happen there and we look for a sell. So it's still optional because of that gap. If you remember, BTC is going to take a while before it forms. So good. Needed. These one patterns. Very good. Can stay. Can stay. Car JPY. Can stay. Then the last one, GBP JPY. Perfect. So I have all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 to watch from Monday to Wednesday. Anyone that formed, I will take the trade. Anyone that formed as analyzed, we take the trade. That followed our plan. So 15, 16, 17. You might be asking me, oh, why do you take so much PS like this? Why don't you reduce them? Let me tell you, if you are trading laser pair, you can meet yourself in times of where market is more consolidating. So with multiple PSs give you room for what? More opportunity to trade, not forcing trades. If one is not forming what is expected, other one will be giving you opportunity. So that's why you see we do more PS than lesser ones. So you can have a room to select what you really want, the one that fit in your criteria best. So that's it. And thanks for watching. Bye for now.